This is my 30 days of candy subscription box for February. Excuse me. I got it in January. I'm sorry. January 2016. 30 days of candy. The candy in this box is the candy of our grandparents. Candies that have stood the test of time for at least 80 years, often longer. Actually, I only have 15 days. I called them and changed it to the smaller subscription because 30 days of candy is just way too much candy and way too hard to put in a video. Slow pokes. Let's see. Slow pokes and black cow. So I guess it's from the same company. Slowpokes and black cows have been around the block. Originally made by Holloway, the makers of Milk Duds, they have changed hands at least 5 times and were even out of production for over 25 years. They both got their start in the 1920s. They're now made by the makers of Chico Sticks. We feel the Slowpoke is better than a Kraft or Brock's caramel, and the black cow is better than a Tootsie Roll. Let me be the judge of that. Good caramel. This is supposed to be like a Tootsie Roll. Very good. Let's see. Double Toffee. Never heard of that one before. Double Toffee. Futzer is the name of the company. Was founded by Carl Futzer in Helsinki, Finland. Carl Futzer, founded in Helsinki, Finland, nearly 125 years ago in 1891. The company survived Finland's bloody independence from Russia in 1917, a brief civil war and 2 world wars. By concentrating on exceptional quality on the finest ingredients, Futzer's original dummy toffee is an outstanding example of the commitment to excellence. Today, Futzer's employs over 10,000 people in 5 countries. 3 pieces for 120 calories. and chocolatey. Very good. Next one is Charleston Chew. Donley Cross was a Shakespearean stage actor in San Francisco. Excuse me. I better start over again. Donley Cross was a Shakespearean stage actor in San Francisco in the early 1900s. During one performance, he fell off the stage, injuring his back. The injury ended his acting career, forcing him to look for other work. Oddly, he started the Fox Cross Candy Company in 1920 in Emeryville, California. The Charleston Chew was created 2 years later. Fun fact, it is named after the Charleston, a popular dance craze of the 1920s. 2 pieces for 100 calories. It kind of reminds me of a Three Musketeers bar. But chewier. There's like an extra layer of something that's chewy. Okay. Black taffy. Black taffy, originally called Blackjack taffy, but due to a trademark dispute, now just goes by the name Black Taffy. Black taffy is a pink and white taffy with a black licorice center. It has been manufactured in Chicago by the Primrose Candy Company since the Great Depression, circa 1930, when nearly every candy company in the United States was still family-owned. Primrose is one of the last remaining family-owned candy companies still in the U.S. 4 pieces for 128 calories. Pink, black. Not bad. I'm usually not crazy about black licorice, but it's not that bad. Very good. You guys, remember Good and Plenty? Good and Plenty was created in Philadelphia in 1893 by William Roskin, founder of the Quaker City Chocolate and Confectionery Company, now defunct. Even though it wasn't boxed until the 1950s, Good and Plenty is the oldest branded candy in the United States. It is now owned by Hershey's. Fun fact, William named the candy after he won a bet at a racetrack on a horse named Good and Plenty. 24 pieces equals 100 calories. Good and Plenty is still Good and Plenty. Same old candy like I remember growing up. Franklers, Frollinger's Saltwater Taffy. Saltwater Taffy began in Atlantic City in the 1880s. Originally, it was just called Taffy. Legend has it that a young candy merchant opened a shop on Atlantic City's boardwalk. One day, a large surf sprayed sea foam over his stock of taffy. When a young girl requested some taffy, he replied with a sarcastic but witty, "You mean saltwater taffy?" Well, the name stuck. Joseph Frollinger started selling his saltwater taffy in 1885 and is still the most famous name in the business. 4 pieces for 120 calories. And these came in like 4 different flavors. Let's see. This tastes like a mint. It has like a minty taste. And then I had like a lemon or an orange and a chocolate. Pretty good. Okay. Kits. The Fair Play Caramel Company started making Kits, Taffy, and BB Bats in New York in 1924, the same year as the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Kits barely survived the Great Depression, changed hands many times, and were often out of production. As of 2012, they're made by Runk Candy out of Cincinnati. They're a good example of a regional favorite. 3 pieces for 126 calories. And they have like 4 different ones. This white, chocolate, and a red, and a yellow. I don't know if the flavors are different, but yeah. Cute. And then they have 3 little pieces. Oops. 3 little pieces of Pretty good. Not too hard, not too soft. And I have another video I'm going to do on the back of all these. They have all these candy bars that don't no longer exist, so that will be like a fun separate video by itself, like a little trivia game. Peanut butter bar. Peanut butter bars. Most famous for Chico sticks and Long Boys, Atkinson's also makes a lesser-known peanut butter bar. Atkinson's began making candy in 1932, but they acquired another candy company with a history dating back to 1899. The Jenner Manufacturing Company. From what I've been told, the older company created the original recipe for peanut butter bars and survived the Great Depression, in large part due to these addictive little treats. 4 pieces for 100 calories. Kind of reminds me of a Butterfinger bar without the chocolate on top. Pretty good. Good. Mint Humbugs. Mint Humbugs. Taverners is a British candy company founded in 1889 in Liverpool when William Henry Taverner started making boiled sweets, or as we call it in the U.S., hard candy. In the UK, a humbug is simply another name for a boiled sweet, especially one with peppermint, and in this context has nothing to do with Scrooge's bah humbug. These mint humbugs date back over 85 years and have a delicious toffee center, 3 pieces, 405 calories. I don't smell mint. Ugh. Yeah, it is minty. I don't like it. It is minty. I guess there is a toffee center. It's too minty for me. I can't even imagine toffee and mint together. But if you like mint, you would like this, but it's too strong. It's way too strong. Humbug. Okay, Wilhelmina, another mint. Wilhelmina, she has her own little mint candy. Wilhelmina Peppermint. Dutch confectioner Fortune has been making mint since 1842, the first year of the Oregon Trail in the U.S. On their 50th anniversary in 1892, and in homage to 12-year-old Dutch Princess Wilhelmina, Fortune created the peppermints that bear her portrait. The Dutch royal family were so delighted they granted Fortune, warrant holder of the Dutch royal family, a status they still hold today. 5 minutes for 100 calories. Warrant holder. Does that mean like stockholder? Interesting. I'll have to look that up. Warrant holder. Okay, Wilhelmina. How cute. Has like a, I don't know if you could see it. You see that on there? There's a good old Wilhelmina. Very good, very minty. But I'm not crazy about it. It's such a strong mint. But it's a delicious mint candy for those of you who like mint again. Way to go, Wilhelmina. Let's see. Oh, Richardson pastel mints. I guess I'm on a mint roll. These are always everywhere. Remember these little mint candies? Richardson pastel mints have been in continual production for over 120 years, since 1893. Richardson also makes the more famous yellow butter mints, but these pastel mints came first. For me, more than any other candy, these bring back memories of my grandmother. She was born in 1917. She always had a bowl of these on her living room coffee table. All natural peppermint flavor, 30 pieces for 100 calories. Yeah, for some reason I remember these too. They're green, white, pink, and yellow. These are like a melt in your mouth mint. You can chew them, but they melt in your mouth really easy. These bring back memories. They're cute. Oh, atomic fireballs and lemon heads. Atomic fireball and lemon head. The Ferrara Pan Candy Company, makers of atomic fireballs and lemon heads, and now they own rocks, got its start in 1908 in Chicago's Little Italy, when Salvatore Ferrara started making panned candies. Hard-shell candies made in a pan, hence the pan in the company's name. Oh, I see, Ferrara Pan Candy Company. These traditional candies, like Jordan almond and Boston baked beans, helped them through the Depression. They are now the #1 non-chocolate candy company in the U.S. and no longer use pan in their name. 4 pieces for 120 calories. And unfortunately, both of these are too much for me. Lemon head sour, I'm guessing it's sour, and atomic fireball. Atomic fireball. Yeah. It tastes like big red chewing gum. That's the taste, huh? Tastes like a big red chewing gum stick. I guess it's like cinnamon with a little fiery. Oh. It's not that bad. I thought it'd be super, super sour. It's a hard candy, too. Getz Bullseyes. Getz was founded 120 years ago by August Getz in 1895 in Baltimore and is still run today by the sixth generation of the Getz family. By the sixth generation of the Getz family, technically these candies go by the name caramel creams, but since they come in a variety of flavors, everyone simply refers to them as Bullseyes. Bullseyes were first sold locally in 1918 and carried the company through the Great Depression. 3 flavors to sample: caramel, chocolate, and strawberry. It's like a hard caramel. It's like a strawberry caramel. It's okay. I'm not crazy about it. And then Necco Wafers, originally called Hub Wafers and created by Oliver Chase using a lozenge cutter. These tasty classics are the oldest American candy in our collection, dating back to 1847 and even carried by Union soldiers in the Civil War, and then again by U.S. soldiers in World War II. They became Necco Wafers in 1901 when a group of 3 candy companies joined together to become the New England Confectionery Company. Fun fact, over 63 million Necco Wafers are made every year. Place edge to edge, and that's twice the circumference of the earth. Totally cute. All these different colors. Isn't that cute? Just like I remember. Abba Zaba. It's like a taffy filled with like a peanut butter. We ate this already. Abba Zaba was created in 1922 in Los Angeles by Colby and McDermott. The company was sold in the Carnet Candy Company in the 1950s, and the packaging changed to the iconic yellow and black taxi pattern. Carnet was then sold to Annabelle's in 1978, who still makes Abba Zaba today in Hayward, California. While available online, Abba Zabas are a great example of regional candy, primarily on the West Coast. It's just like a taffy with peanut butter inside. They're delicious. And then 4 very famous brands. And Hershey's Tootsie Roll, Juicy Fruit, and Lifesavers. No collection of nostalgic American candy would be complete without including these 4 brands, yet they have all been so successful over 100 years. We didn't feel it was appropriate to devote individual bags to candy you can buy today on every street corner. Hence the sampler pack. William Wrigley created Juicy Fruit Gum in 1893. Leo Hirschfeld named Tootsie Rolls after his daughter, nicknamed Tootsie. In 1896, Milton Hershey created Hershey's America's first milk chocolate bar in 1900, and Lifesavers Peppermint were created in 1912. And they get their name and shape due to the sinking of the Titanic earlier that same year. Oh, interesting. Lifesaver. And the Tootsie Roll. We all know these two. I only know this Hershey's chocolate and Juicy Fruit gum. Thanks for watching.